Hello everyone. I wanted to build a dungeon, so here we are. Hope everyone is having a good Tuesday, now Wednesday. So, jump right in. I was thinking about how, what kind of, not gimmick, just what kind of main feature a dungeon would have here. And I was looking at the map from yesterday, and went towards the Crown Woods because that area was pretty barren. I figured that would be a good spot for a dungeon that ties in with the backstory that's been going on with the world building about how there used to be a king there, but no more. So, I wrote down some notes earlier. Let me bring those up. The idea that I had was inspired by a GM resource book I have about tons of different traps, and one of them was about a kind of Indiana Jones trap, or some kind of boulder going down a hallway chasing Indy. But the way it was presented in the book was like a Roman amphitheater with a statue throwing a boulder. That gave me the idea of a statue of the king throwing his crown, and that crown rolling down a trench down the length of the dungeon. And it went down from there. So my idea of how this dungeon would appear in the game world would be a ranger or a hunter found a cave in the Crown Woods that he discovered leads to an underground fastness, the old fancy word for a little dungeon or keep down underground. And in the world building, say it resembles Tales of the Last King's End. Maybe he went down somewhere, people say, but no one could ever find it. But the ranger would be willing to guide the hypothetical players to the caves, either for straight up front gold or for a cut of any treasure they find inside. Start off with some player agency there at the beginning, which is always nice. If I can. Okay. I had to find a spot to put my notes. Start sketching out this before we go into Dungeon Draft proper, just so I'll have a sense of the layout. I have 5 sections because I did an initial rough sketch in my notepad that I am holding. So first, 2, 3, 5. That's good. So the first will be the entrance, which I want to start narrow and open up. Like there. Want like that angular funnel that opens up with a welcoming, almost welcoming sense. That's a kind of a grand entrance. And that will lead to a long, skinny, let's see, 1, 3, 4. Yep, that's right. First, a long, skinny tunnel. And this will be running uphill with the trench running the length. And down here will be fragile-looking pillars that the player characters will have to squeeze between single file to get through an entry. After this, there will be another section of long, skinny, but there will be 6 alcoves, 3 on either side. Let's do that. There we go. I'm not sure if I want this area on the side, if I just want to have these alcoves directly on. That's something I'll figure out once we're in Dungeon Draft itself. That could be a little messier because don't matter as much. There we go. Now is the main room here, which is going to be wider and bigger than the rest. something like that. Front and center at the head of the room will be a platform with the king statue holding the crown type barrel object that will run down this trench once the room is entered. There's some kind of mechanism, and there's also a total of 10 little daises, platforms, whatever the right word would be, where there will be a fight of static enemies that will become hostile. Golems or skeletons or possessed suits of armor, something like that. So let's see, it was and along here too there was little weaker versions of what's in here for some narrow combat. They'll be compensated by how weak they are. Let's see, up here will be a little central area with a little nook attached. Off of that is that. A treasure room that is going to be hidden by an illusory or hidden wall of some kind. Here is going to be a red herring type of treasure. It'll be something, not nothing, but just something that the players will grab and think, okay, here's the treasure. And then they will be on their way through a tall staircase that leads up. To the exits. And is that my notes? Anything else? Designate the path. And yeah. Okay. So, now that I have that, I want to do some markings. Enemy, 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 enemy. And here, 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 and here. This is the king statue. This is a trench of some kind. Down the length. I can actually go the lighter version. See? So the idea, I need to move on. Here is the entrance. I'm not going to bother typing stuff out on this because this is just a quick sketch. The idea, players come in here, they go up here, fight through here. Once they enter this room, it will activate through some kind of mechanism that I haven't thought all the way through yet. That will cause the statue to throw or roll off the crown. So the king will be throwing his crown. And a quote that I thought up was that the last king supposedly said, "I shall bear my crown as an arm before the chivalrous pigs take it from my head." For a bit of world building, they were baked into the hook of the quest. And with that quote in the quest, the king statue will throw his crown. The crown will roll down here through the length of the dungeon, where it will crash into the fragile pillars at the base, causing the entrance to collapse. When the players first enter, this will be wide and grand and inviting. But when they look behind and discover a collapse, they'll see it's actually a bottleneck, and they are trapped inside this dungeon after clearing it. The only way out will be, well, the way they got in will be the ranger leading them to the cave system, and they'll start here, underground, deep underground. And the whole length of this long dungeon will be an uphill gradient, which the crown will be rolling down. But at the end of the dungeon, there will be stairs leading up to a lost palace or lost keep of some kind in the middle of the Crown Woods, which has, since the Last Kingdom, been lost and undiscovered since. So that will be a follow-up dungeon that we can make. But this is my idea for this. So actually I want to mark you a color being the treasure room. You a color for being the fake treasure. Green, why not? Let's see. Green, whoops. Or not. Then are the entrance, you are the exits. Okay, this is good. I'm gonna move that to the side. I can reference it. And I want to desktop. There we go. So here we are in Dungeon Draft. Reference it easier. Okay. Dungeon Draft. Overall, it's pretty similar to Wonder Draft, which is what I've been making the world map in. Take a second. There you have green tea with ginger. It is delicious. Dungeon Draft, very similar to Wonder Draft, is just the battle map version of it by the same company. I went ahead and made the basic file of it. Very tall, very, well, it's actually pretty wide, but relatively it's skinny. Because I want the players to start down here, and as they are playing, feel like they're going up the map, climbing up the map. So, been a month or two since I've been in this, so I need to make this all underground. How did I do that? Somewhere around here. Nope. Cave, I believe it was cave. No. Okay, I remember now. I want one of these is the terrain. Here we go. This is what I wanted. Unlock 4 because I need to make gravel. You will be actually, yeah, gravel will be fine just for the rock outside of the rooms. Don't think I'm going to use the rest of these, so it doesn't super matter. You need to be up there and all the way up there. Won't see that, so I delete the floor. And sure if I did that right. It has been a few months since I used this. Go, try this again. Nope. Oh, how did this work? But I have been having an excellent Tuesday, actually, which is a little rare for me because Tuesday is usually the worst day of the week. It's my home day. Had a very reassuring doctor's visit today. That's always nice. You know what? Pattern. Do I have all the assets loaded? I do. Not showing up. This is a Scuffed stream. That's fine. It's whatever. I don't need all those fancy things anyways. But just start putting down our shapes. Figure it as we go along. Let's see. Building tool. I want this, yes, because it has the angles. So we had, if I remember right, this is a 65 by 35, and I want to leave room along the outer edges just for putting tokens on the outside of the map. So around here, make at the entrance, here will be 5. Ah, I see. 2 by 2. And I will make you a different color so I can tell you apart. A slightly different one for the rest of the grand entrance. And then I need to, if I can, something like that. And I can do that. Was the angles here. Remember walls? Oh. That work? No. That how that works? There we go. Now we're figuring stuff out. Release you up. Scuffed. Come back and fix that later. This is just getting the shapes. Let's see. And down here. Okay, another room. That is the entrance. There we go. Now we had... And I'm thinking that the trench will be 2 tiles wide. So... just alternate that. So... this is the room with the alcoves. Alcoves will have... let's try... this first, just to see how that looks. And we can actually cut this, extend this down here just to get the 6 spots. That's fine to narrow that down. I think that extending the alcoves a little instead of having the platforms on the side will be better. And then here will be a gate of some kind to be broken down or lockpicked somehow. Or are we looking on space? Good, yeah, this is about the right scale. That is going to be a big boy room. Get our shapes right. Different, so I can tell. And now... do... 10 by 5 to start on either side. And 20 by 5, how's that looking? room for the exit. We don't need a lot of room. We can just leave that super skinny up top, at least like 4 or 5 squares. So that will leave plenty of room still. So we can go another 5 for 15 tall. I think that will be fine. Let's find out. There will be a nook. Let's have a little way over here. A nook. With a room. And a, if I can tell, the hidden treasure room. Vault of some kind. We can fix it up. This extend out as a semi-spherical shape at the end there, just to mix it up. Get a hidden hallway there. Go on in the corner up there. No, I don't like putting directly in the corner because I can make it awkward to navigate. Now for the exit room. Doesn't super matter where that goes. Slap that down and adjust the shapes later. Okay, we have the basic outline for the dungeon. Pretty fast and easy. After that initial stumbling. That's how it goes. Now, to start refining this, throw down some walls. First, there. Because the way Dungeon Draft works, that I believe you have to have a wall to put a door down. No, don't want to leave you open. I'll leave you open. Whoops. For the platforms here, I believe I'll have to mess around with the layers. It's been a while since I did that either. That's fine. Now, I'm a little fine with leaving that wonky, the shape. Now let us look over here. Floors. There's thirst for later. I select you, make you bigger in you. I am positive there is a way, not sure. That's fine there. And you are going with the way the walls are. Fine, I'm just marking stuff down to get to later. Oh. What I wanted. Pattern. I always look for floor, but it's pattern here. Let's see. This will be the trench. Trench can be a darker color. It's more uniform to be smooth. The whole length of that, actually. Let's try that on. Bumpy. Yeah. That could work. Or that could be the outside. Try this. Oh. That looks like carpet. We'll go with that. Yeah. Up the length here, all the way there, just to cover that. Now, no. You on either side there. And there, you're fine there. And that is 4 on either side. So this will be our platform. Good platform will be... That'll do. Doesn't super matter. And okay. Now our trench here. I want to darken. If I can figure this out. Come on, you. I am on building tool. DIY. Can't do colors. Dungeon draft is more scuffed than Underdraft. So let's see. Takes me a bit to puzzle out how to work this program. Let's see. Are all active. You should be loading. Go. You are Crown Woods. Now, do we have everything? Whoops. Yes, we have everything. Now we can start cooking. Okay. So for the trench, not fancy with a trench because it will have the crown running down it. Pattern for that. Maybe roll rougher stone. Or that's interesting. Or just as bare rock. Looks a little out of place. See? There we go, just some cobblestone. That is perfect, actually. Now for the platform. You look like not grand enough. Green could be an interesting color for it. Like that. These rooms. The main fight floor. A gray, rusty gray. That way it contrasts with the trench running down it. And scuffed. You're scuffed. That's fine. And you down here. You be the chute as well. That was up at the top. Actually, I wanted to be different. Okay. Now I need a wall of some sort up here. Actually, what I need to do. Now that I figured out all the patterns. Be a huge hassle, wouldn't it? Okay. This program is scuffed and it can be annoying, but here we go. Let's see. Darker stones, that's good. And simple tiles. Okay. This program is fighting me every step of the way today. Just go with the wall. Darker ones that I wanted. Okay. We are just going to try this again because I have realized problem I make every single time I use this program. I forget how whistlers work. But what we do have is an out. Not all bad. That we want you. Oh, we have walls ready-made. You get rid of you. And you and there. Okay. Rid of these scuffed little wallets. There we go. Now I can start fixing this place up. My idea with the king here is that he was abandoned by his knights for some reason yet to be determined. But without his knights to protect him, he turned to necromancy to create skeletons or golems or haunted suits of armor of some type for his loyal guards to replace them, which will be the main enemies here. So there are assets to put in statues around here that will do, maybe. Or I might leave the statues out because in Foundry, the VTT I use, Virtual Tabletop, I'll have tokens there if I ever use them after that for a game itself. Now, do here, try and fight the program some more. I wanted shoot two. Okay. Was that good? You are showing up on top. That is good enough for government work. Now we can go to the layer up. for the grand platform with the king statue. That was green. Try that one. 4 on either side. Go down to 3. 3x3, 3x4. Then we'll need room to like wrench back and yeet the crown of somehow. So actually, that you were 3x4. Yeah. Now, or actually, don't want to make you a room so you have a wall. I do. So I will need another wall that is fancier. I do like that one. Not have the floor type up here, but that's fine. Wall's not showing. Fine. Wall then manually. I do not want to edit points. So. Going under. So. Come on, wall. We'll go there, there, and there. Good, you're showing up under there. Now we need the floor. This. That's good for that. Now, I want the little platforms around here. See what I can do for that. Good. Trying to remember how I do semicircles that aren't cutting out there. Let's see. First, there were 4 on either side, plus 2 here. What I can do... You are scuffed. Just fighting me every step of the way today, aren't you? Let's just do this the hard way. What do I want for these? Oh, actually, I can use stair assets to jury-rig little platforms. I think that would be a little bit better. But what I do need is a difference in the floor tiling. So, don't want that actually. I will take... You look. Let's see. I want to go back to layer 1. Like so. This will be a mock throne room, I think. So fancier. The walls are fine as the drab stones, though. We're out here. These little alcoves. So I need my dark walls. Where were you? Right. And floors that I don't have. And you are not discrete rooms, you are all one. That makes sense. It's just this program sometimes. Let's just do the walls and put the doors in. And under? Do I want to do under? Yeah, I think that's right. You are fine there. Ooh, you need to go there. You need to go there. And this floor will be... That's good. You can be the same. You, for the little vault here. What if we went checkered? Tiled. Too fancy. We'll just go with the same. Because you don't super matter. And leave that there, because not sure how to do the circles again. Down here, this needs to be rougher. So, do we have darker stone? Too fancy again. Where are you? Dark and cracked, maybe. Or I may just end up using the same thing. No, the dirty ones. Yeah, because this area will be more exposed to the cave system, so that's fine. This area being dirtier. And where's now? See what we have. For here, I'm thinking gates or doorways that would slam open with the crown running down. Let's see. Fancy doors? Oh. There we go. This is what I want. And opposite, what is the button for that? It is not Alt like in the other program. It is the manual click right there. Makes as much sense as anything else here. And you will be there. All stuff I'll have to touch up later. You, I'm going to leave. Well, for a hidden wall. Yes, because in the VTT, I would make that a the specific hidden wall thing there that I can toggle for player vision. Now, it's just the floor tiles that I can't really deal with right now. And that is for the ground. Well, the little platforms for the enemies to stand on. That is what I need now. So these can be fancy with tiles. That green. Let's just see how these look. You want them to pop. Those are neat. Look a little too much like grates though. These are more ornate, which I like. Actually, those are kind of almost Central South American motif, kind of. They have like eye, nose, and a mouth, kind of. I kind of like that. We'll go with these, which were these. Keep the green color. So there were individual spots. So get these away from the wall. So there'll be stairs on either side, a space. 1, 2, 3. Here. 1, 2, 3. There. 3. That case, I need to scoot these up. 2, 3. 2, 3. There we go. Mirror that on here. Dungeon Draft can work, and I've made better maps than this. It's just completely fighting it today. And then the stairs will take time. Can do those later. Buffer here. Actually, because these will be the pristine fighters. The 8 maybe skeletons, and then 2 knight skeletons or suits of armor. These will be skeletons that are not protected by whatever necromantic magic has held these in stasis in here, because these are more exposed and more weak, which will be fine because they'll be compensated by how narrow the tunnel here is. But I would like to designate that they're not as protected in the floor by using these kind of rusty ones. Ruddy. Because it's stone, wouldn't be rusted, but there's tarnished. So we have there, and that's good. Out here is as good as that's gonna get. I wanted to do more, but I'm fighting this program to do too much tonight. That's just how it goes sometimes. So that's my homework for next Tuesday for Dungeoneering. To relearn this program, because it's been a few months. I just completely blanked. That's how it goes. So a shorter stream tonight. But I will catch you all tomorrow while I'll be playing some a video game of some sort. Haven't decided quite yet for my first video game stream. Give that a try. For Wednesday night, will be 1:30, the regular time. Today was a little bit earlier. And then Thursday, yeah, Wednesday night was the game. Thursday night will be another Conan story. I haven't decided which one. It'll either be the Elephant Tower or the second story in chronological order, where Conan is defeated in battle and then taken prisoner, which is not a spoiler, that's just how it starts. But I will see you all tomorrow for a video game session for an hour. Hope you all have a great Wednesday. And see you all later.